Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Hearts of Iron 4, where I am going to do something I've been promising to do for a while, and something I still can hardly believe I still haven't done. And that is, of course, playing as the mightiest nation in the entire world, bar none, or else. And that is, of course, the Netherlands. So I have been putting off playing as the Dutch for quite a while because I didn't really want to play with them until they have an East Indian focus tree. And they do now. That's Interlindia, which we saw quite a lot during the Kaiserreich weekly multiplayer, as it was actually one of the playable nations. But we are going to be playing as the Netherlands proper. I'm going to be going through their focus tree. I have no idea what they are actually capable of. I don't know which factions they can join, because usually they stay fairly neutral. So we shall see what the options are. We'll go from there. I may even do a straw poll or two, because I know how much you like those. And yeah, we shall see. Troubleshooter, thank you very much for the resubscription for months now. That's awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who joined us from the Paradox event, Paradox stream. I'm sorry that I never posted that on Discord. I didn't get told that I was good to go live until 2 minutes before the stream started. Like, no confirmation, nothing. Like, just none of the Paradox guys were online. And it was kind of nerve-wracking, so as soon as I got that go-ahead, I was like, okay, I need to set everything up properly. Panic, panic, panic. But we did eventually get that going. So, MCBDK, Nachtman, Plaskin, Cisco, No Rules, Master Arrows, King Homer, thank you very much for the follows. I don't know if you're still watching at the moment, but I would like to acknowledge that before we get going here. Democracy with Dutch characteristics, there you go. So what do we start with? We have the Ambtenarenverband, which is, oh, is that the pillars thing? So we don't like totalism, syndicalism, radical socialism, or national populism, but it does mean that we lose a little bit of, oh no, it's the civil servant ban. Blocks government officials from joining any far-left groups of the Landwacht in the hopes of halting the momentum of those undemocratic ideologies. Okay, so it does kind of sound like we are radical Democrats. So probably Entente. We're going to be like the Entente, the one and only Entente nation still in Europe, although we weren't technically part of the Entente because the Dutch, of course, were neutral in the First World War. What's the Discord link? If so, there you go. Marshall's beat me to it. Thank you. Hey, Kitten Sushi. And I have requested a couple more emotes from Kitten Sushi, so we should be seeing some more loyalty icons soon. Because I'm well aware that 2 or 3 of you are really close, like weeks, if not days, to getting the 2-year Twitch sub anniversaries, which you can't do under an affiliate. So now that I'm a partner, I can actually do them, and hopefully we'll be able to show those off soon. So I know Poznik is going to be one of those. Oh, crikey. I shouldn't have started naming them because I'm going to forget who they are. Don Bassos, I think, was one. I know I'm forgetting someone else who's like way up there. Oh, who's the other really old sub? I can't think offhand who they are. Huzzah! Like my tea, thank you very much for the 5-month resub. So close to 6 months. Yes, you are. And the new icons. So that'll be awesome. Oh, man. Oh, crikey, who's the... There is someone else. Like, usual, it's in Tuna or somebody like that. Anyway, we should probably get started and actually, you know, play some games. So we're going to do this as a regular game. Oh, I remember what the other thing was. Did I actually install that? Huzzah! No. And it doesn't so much matter for this, but apparently there is a mod which, just like vanilla, allows you to select which focuses different nations should take. So I'm going to leave this one as like fairly standard, but that is a mod which now exists where you can use this same system to say, I want the Communist of France to go syndicalist, I want the Union of Britain to be taken over by T. Lawrence, I want Russia to always go wrangle, stuff like that. I was hunting around trying to remember what bleeding mod I'd forgotten, and I totally forgot. Jackson! Coming in with the 12-monther, congratulations on those golden horns. Huzzah! Can't believe it's been a year. Always love the stream. Golden horns! Congratulations, buddy. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They're going to add the mod in the next update. Yes, I know. Which might be one of the reasons I didn't bother installing it, because I know they're adding it officially. And I'm very, very excited to see what you can do with that. Kaiserreich Alpha. Thank you, Kaiserreich team. Quick word about game rules. Sure is, thanks. Okay, let's take a look at the Dutch focus. Why am I still seeing my start bar? Also, this music seems to be really loud. But that might just be me. How is the music for you guys? I have a feeling that's just me. Which is actually a really good sign. Okay, turn that down. I'll tell you why in a minute. So, national focuses. Aftermath of Black Monday allows us to replace the effects, basically, as the recovery, plan for labour, social democracy. What are we at the moment? We are social conservative. Public works, construction speed, political power gain goes down. Oh, these are based on which government we take. Eternal autocracy, social conservatism, factory output, political power gain, social conservatism, infrastructure construction. Ooh, I like that. And dockyard construction. Interesting. Huzzah! Who's this? CNA LSP coalition. So I think that's the current groups. Yeah, those are the social conservatives. And that gets us a bunch of infrastructure, stability cut, population reduction, stability, and then civilian factories. Evil Snowball, thank you very much for the resub as well. 4 months now, nice one. I found a button. Buttons are good, usually. It's a little loud. Okay, it wasn't just me. Okay, so I'm going to turn the headset up again. I'll turn this down. Yeah, I think this is usually about halfway. English Countryside must have been playing. And then Market Liberals, and I feel like we probably should be playing as the Market Liberals as the Dutch. I'm so tempted to do like just a straight down the road, completely neutral game, and just try and make as much industry and stuff as possible. But I have a feeling that would be a fairly dull Kaiserreich game. Civilian factory construction speed, which I'm appreciating. Trade mission. Build oil refinery in Willemstad. Improve mining in Suriname. Political power. Civilian factories. Public works is the construction speed. Infrastructure. Land fort. Stability. Stability. So actually the Social Democrats are really good for the stability. I would say that the Social Conservatives are probably the best for just general production. Ooh. Lose a lot of stability though. Oh! Black Monday is going to decimate us. You got to do all of this before you can actually get the recovery from Black Monday. It's going to take us longer than Germany. That just feels weird. Although we are playing with the focus rebalance, so we will recover from this faster than probably in vanilla. Pre-crisis regulations gets rid of the benefit cuts, bonfire of employment regulations. Those are the Social Conservatives. That gets rid of high inflation. That gets rid of the high government debt. And then... wait. Oh, you need all of them. Okay. I wonder if some of these are bypassed. Yeah, if you don't have high government debt, these are bypassed. Okay, interesting. That's very interesting. That's a cool system, actually. I like that. So the more reforms and things that you do to improve your economy up here, the more it will cost you in terms of focus time further on. That's pretty cool. Speed 5, completely neutral run. I'm really tempted, but that would also be terrible. Ooh, Philips, one of the most powerful vanilla industries. Motorized, mechanized, Fokker, which are amazing for aircraft production. Building slots. So this is an either or, so big business or tax breaks. Canada likes us more. Germany likes us more. These are only opinion. These aren't actually trade modifiers. If those were trade modifiers, I'd be tempted to do that. And then economic boom, construction speed and factory output and production efficiency. Interesting. Dutch foreign policy, the Belgian policy. Obviously, we wish to have one Dutch nation, one Dutch state. Duh. Unsloting or death. I mean, either of them works. That could have us coming up against the Germans. Kaiser Wilhelm Society, so that's going to be joining the Reichspakt. These aren't mutually exclusive. We could join the Entente with that one. Proclaim neutrality, here it is. Stability and political power, and then justify war goal time. No. I feel like this one should be like increased trade strength with basically everyone. And then also South Africa, so we can choose to help out the Boers or not. That'd be an interesting one. The Dutch army. Dutch boots, new machine guns, mobile or defense. Artillery Inrichten. Yeah, I remember that one too. Bikes! I want to ride my bicycle. Production costs for motorized. Mobile warfare, mobile mechanized grants. New template. Infantry, equipment, attack and breakthrough, AT, AA, mobilization speed. Prepare inundation lines. You don't actually get that if you go mobile army. Interesting. And then here, the main man himself, Helfrich. So we're almost certainly going to go down this one because I have a real affinity for Helfrich. Also, his focuses down this line just a lot bigger and more interesting. So this is basically fleet and being, so bigger battleships and stuff like that. This one is escorting? Am I wrong in that? Yeah, fleet and being. This one is base strike. And then this one is interdiction, trade interdiction, submarines. Unfortunately, and this is something which is an absolute kicker and I really hope they fix, because it's an absolutely dreadful state of affairs, is, I will note, we've got Helfrich, we have Dorman, and we have Fürstner. In terms of the admirals available... Wait. So when I loaded this up before, Dorman and all of the other admirals are available except for Helfrich. So maybe Helfrich does become available. I actually moaned to the Kaiserreich dev saying, where's Helfrich? Huh. Because I could have sworn I saw Dorman and Fürstner here. But apparently not. Oh, that's brilliant, spiritual obligation. Too bad you can't do convoy raiding while neutral to encourage them to buy Dutch. Blockading them so they trade with you. I like it. That's a fantastic plan. You bought from Belgium? It would be a shame if something were to happen to those shipments. Exactly. Oh, man. That's great. And then anything else? Yes, the Dutch Air Force. So Koolhoven actually kind of lumps down towards carrier planes and stuff like that. Or you can go Fokker, just all out. Wait, that gains you Fokker. And yet if you go this side, that also gets you Fokker. So you have two ways of getting... Basically that's saying, don't pick anything except Fokker if you're going to go for Fokker. Because you're going to get it. Be kind of cool if it happens like one of the others, which is like the base company, then the upgraded company. So if you get two Fokkers, then you get like the amazing aircraft, rather than these are pretty good aircraft. But this is basically saying that the Dutch are going to have a pretty good air force. Interception, defense, ground support. And also chance of air accidents up. Close air support even more. Close air support defense down, close air support agility 20% better. Okay, so the Dutch Air Force is really good. That's interesting. Okay. Okay. And then construction. So I'm going to guess that the majority of the Dutch territories have really good infrastructure. Plus, of course, we do have Suriname, which we can develop, which will actually give us access to aluminium, and actually a fair amount of it. Plus, we have oodles of rubber and oil, if we can hold on to it. There are no colonial bits, are there? No. Large part of the focus tree in vanilla is how you deal with Indonesia. That doesn't happen here. Interesting. So I guess it's more down to Indonesia as to whether or not they stay loyal. Or not. So maybe we should try to guide them towards the correct choice. Take control of the government navy. Transfers the entire navy to the Netherlands. Dorman, Helfrich, and Fürst now become naval commanders. There they are. Why would I not do this? Ready the battery ships. There they are. There he is. Okay. Nowhere near as good as he is in vanilla. But it's fine. I can work with this. In fact, Dulm is always going to be... Oh man, that's actually really bad. Elfric is terrible. He's a level 3 on a 1-1-1-1. Bearing in mind that you gain 2 random traits every time you level up, he's basically lost 2 level ups. Eee. Fürstner is level 2, same problem. Dorman, level 3, same problem. I mean, I feel like I need to use Helfrich, but he's definitely not going to be the best choice. Ah! Do they have vanilla units or custom models? I would assume vanilla. I think so. Did this just get updated, or haven't I played as the Dutch yet? I haven't played as the Dutch yet. Because Indonesia didn't have a focus tree, and I really felt like they should. They have a focus tree now. B Dragon Slayer has gifted a sub to Effa Aurora. Thank you very much for the gifted sub, Effa. Welcome to the Mordlings. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate that. All right, let's actually, you know, build some stuff. Trying to decide how much I want to upgrade the Netherlands. Bearing in mind that infrastructure doesn't help as much as it used to. Actually, you know what I could do? I could do something that I don't normally do and just straight up just build dockyards. Because civilian economy, one of the reasons I do infrastructure is because infrastructure construction is not penalized under civilian economy. Neither is dockyard production. And we only have 2 dockyards. You know what? I like this idea. We're going to build some more dockyards. Now the question is, where? Let's get another 4 going. Then those dockyards... Oh man, we have a lot of convoys. Golden Lion class aircraft carrier. That sounds cool. That's old. That's old. That's old. We have improved battleships. Interesting. Oops, that was a special class, apparently. Panzer Schiff, Sawyer. Keep that one open for now. Weltkrieg. Wait, there's 2 of them. Pre-Weltkrieg, interwar, Weltkrieg, pre-Weltkrieg. And And then the submarines, of which the Dutch have some excellent models, I believe. Should do. Okay, so those are the ships that are remaining for us to use. We're actually going to have a problem with steel. I mean, we're right next door to Germany, so we should be able to buy it as long as we don't go toward Germany. So what do we want to do here? What's going to be the goal? I mean, obviously, to take over the southern Netherlands is going to be one of the big goals. So I guess this is we do it diplomatically, or this is we don't. Flanders can only do this if they have Joris and if they are fully independent, which is somewhat unlikely. Make New York Dutch again. That's not a bad idea. Conquer London, restore the personal union. And that would suggest joining the Entente. I'm kind of leaning towards the Entente here. Especially if they go market liberal, which they shall be encouraged to do. I don't know if Japan has focuses to go after Indonesia. I suspect that they do. Trying to think where that would be. Whoops. Well, it's not down here. There we go. Co-prosperity. Philippines, Hawaii, Siam. Claim the colonies. Bismarck, Marshall, Solomon. That's against Germany, though. Germany, East Asia, Qing, Indonesia. Here it is. So it's quite a long way away. Well, I think for the moment we're going to tread something of a middle ground until we know more about what's going on. So I guess we'll get the Dutch Navy upgrade. Well, we could just go straight in for Fokker. I also think that we should just go for Helfrich. Rotterdam's Droogdok Maatschappij would give us a lot of bonuses to our shipping. And also a bunch of naval yards, which is always appreciated. We're going to get this. The Dutch Navy. As we move into an era beyond the Welsh Creek, we need to be able to decide how our Navy develops. There are multiple plans on the table. We'll have to reevaluate each one and decide on the best. Hey, Mike. And then technology. We have 3, so fairly standard. Basic machine tools, construction, and mechanical computing. And then production. Now, do we want to build some improved ships? I'm just seeing if we have anything which is advanced or further. Doesn't look like it. Or we could do some refitting. The problem is, all of the old ships tend to start with really bad engines. And those are very difficult to refit. Yeah, see, tier 1. You could go all the way up to tier 3. Actually, your refit cost was nothing. Except that I can't actually save them those models. We do have some decent subs. Maybe we will do that. Alright, we're going to buy convoys in the short term. We're going to get rid of the interwar fighters because those are terrible. And guns. Guns. Actually, what other things do we have available? Support equipment and motorized. Let's start working on those. It's going to be really slow production, seeing as we got so few resources, but never mind. Community multiplayer was crazy, Mordred. I'm glad to hear that. I'd like to see Dutch aircraft carriers at some point. It's a bit like the country floated out to sea. So we gave up reclaiming it, and we decided just to float on it. The country is suddenly this big because it's decided to just float. I mean, they do say that aircraft carriers are basically floating cities. Let's take that literally. We are the Dutch. You're making me want to get aircraft carriers now. We just did an aircraft carrier run through with the Union of Britain. Oh, the other thing is I should probably start drilling and the like. So all of you in one army under Winkelmann. Now, who do we want in charge? We have a jungle rat. Interesting. We have a Panzer leader. That's not a Panzer expert. It's just a Panzer leader. So I think Petrus Wilhelm is best. Although I do like the idea of getting our jungle rat some more experience. I guess part of the question is, do we have any Indonesian divisions? We don't. I mean, Best is going to get more experience because he's an infantry commander, so we'll take Best for now. And then we do have an air force. We actually have an aircraft carrier. We haven't actually looked at what the navy is like. Let's take a look at the navy. So first things first. Let's get these guys all into Amsterdam. Or I think they actually are. Then all of the submarines into Rotterdam. Okay, so it was the submarines that were out in Indonesia which need to sail in. That's fine. Hey, Donna. Did I take the tea bag out already? No memory of doing this. Did I? No. Okay. Because I opened the teapot up and then just kind of left it. Our windmills can be flipped upside down and then used as propellers. You're not wrong. Admiral, begin converting Amsterdam into our new flagship. Yeah, it'll be like Waterworld. Nice. Gorinsky's been murderized. That's unfortunate for Gorinsky. I've heard that's not pleasant. Are we really running out of oil already? Oh, it's because all the oil's going to be going to Interlindia, not to us. The Netherlands was one of the few countries in Europe to preserve neutrality in the Welsh Creek, despite discussions about joining the war on the side of Germany. Though the Netherlands profited greatly from the post-Welsh Creek economic boom, a considerable part of the economy is now in German hands, with large-scale investments held by German companies. Furthermore, leftist ideas have been gaining serious traction in the Netherlands ever since the fall of France and Britain to syndicalism in the 1920s. With reactionary ideologies also gaining momentum, Dutch democracy will surely be tested by the global rising tensions and any collapse in the nation's economic prosperity. Dynamic focus trees. Or leave it a in. We do have kind of political focuses.